Class. We're back with another episode of NFL 101, where today I'm talking penalties. Yes, this yellow flag right here. Now, this little thing can change a game tremendously. And what you want to know about this is that when you see a referee throw it, you just hope that it's not called on your team. Why? Well, think of it as like rules in school. If you break a rule in school, there's a consequence, right? When a referee throws this yellow flag, it means that one of the players, or sometimes a couple players, have broken a rule. And because of that, there is a consequence. Well, what happens if you get a flag called on you and you're on offense? What happens if there's a penalty flag thrown on a defensive player? If a flag is thrown and it's called on the offense, it means that the offense is going to be penalized. If a flag is thrown, it's on the defense, it means the defense is going to be penalized. Wait, stay with me. I got you. Let's start with the simple one. False start. False start. False start, it's when one of these interior linemen, the offense people up front, right? So the center, we know, the center bends and snaps the ball backwards to the quarterback. Now, if the center is down there and he's got the ball, and somebody on the line, on the offense, moves before the ball is snapped backwards, right? It's a false start. They started before the ball was snapped. Well, what happens? Well, it means that it's a 5-yard penalty. Because the penalty was on an offensive player, the offense now has the consequence of having to move back. They now have to move back 5 yards. So now, as you can see, at first they only had 10 yards to go. Now it's 15 yards to get the first down. They were penalized by having to move backwards. What happens if the defense is called and they break a rule? Well, here's what happens. Let's say this is a common flag, and this flag often changes the game a lot. Okay? Now, let's say here we got Tua. Tua is throwing the ball to Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle comes downfield. Here's this defender. He's following Jalen Waddle. He gets all handsy with Jalen Waddle, holding him back. Tua throws the ball, and Jalen Waddle cannot catch it. If a defensive player, somebody on defense, is getting a little handsy with Jalen Waddle, pulling him back, pushing him, right? Not allowing him to catch the ball, they'll call something called a pass interference. This has happened before and it's changed games, right? Now, if Jalen Waddle is here and the pass interference happens right here, what happens? Beep, 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 beep. Penalty. Pass interference. I don't know the hand signals for it. Pass interference on the defense. Number 1, Sauce Gardner. Okay, penalty will be enforced at the spot of the foul. If Jalen Waddle is fouled right here, if his penalty happens right here, the defense, it was called on the defense, now they suffer. Now they have to travel backwards, meaning the Dolphins get like a free pass forwards. Because of that pass interference that happened, the Dolphins get an automatic first down. They move up to where the foul happened, which was here, and now they get the 4 tries, start all over again, right? There are a ton of other flags that are called, more than just false start and pass interference. Some penalties cost more than others. For instance, unsportsmanlike conduct. A player, unsportsmanlike conduct, it means you weren't being kind. That's a 15-yard penalty. If that happens on the offense, if one of these offensive players has an unsportsmanlike conduct, they have to move back 15 yards. If one of the defensive players has an unsportsmanlike conduct, everybody moves forward 15 yards because it's giving the offense a better chance to score. Basically, you just don't want your team to have a flag thrown on them. How many flags are you going to spot this weekend in the divisional round matchup? Stay tuned. Let me know what else you'd like to see from NFeLementary with Miss Martinez.